reeking, rotting sea garbage.
fish in the sea, but I've got the foulest of the lot on my rats.
smell the sea air over this land. Rotting sea garbage.
Still thinking about exploring the beach? You're free to go, though we legionnaires are under strict orders never to abandon our posts, so we won't be able to back you up. Still thinking about exploring the beach? You're free to go. You don't look like you're quite ready to head out into the wilds to me. You may have the right number of champions in your party, yet in experience, I think you're lacking. Of course, the choice is yours, but are you sure you want to venture out? Thank you for heeding my words of warning, Hunter. Scythiel needs you alive and well.
Plenty of fish in the sea, but I've got the foulest of the lot on my racks.
Well, you see, the gold and silver planets and square aspects suggest a struggle.
Welcome back, source hunters. I've been eagerly expecting you. You found another star stone, haven't you? Go on, ask me how I know. Aha! Mere child's play when you know what to look for, and luckily, I do. Do you remember when you first arrived on this plane? When the dormant portal that led us to this hall sprang to life? It's happened again, my friend. Another portal has reignited. The end of time is growing by the stone. It's all connected somehow. You, this place, the void, the stones. Soon we'll have unraveled the whole truth. Oh, how I do love a good mystery. You don't imagine that I'd presume to explore it before you? No, that would be most unmannerly. And not to mention, well, No, I'm sure it's nothing. It's just that beyond the portal, I sense a presence that I can't quite account for. It is at once powerful and faint. Perhaps only a shadow, perhaps more. But this is only speculation, of course. Come, let me show you the way. Once you're through, you'll be able to report exactly what we're dealing with.
What an impressive room.
So it is. A hall fit for kings.
Leos ral edu grahime.
It cannot be you, but it can only be you, the guardians, those I deceived, those that deserted me. But oh, how weak you have become, as weak as you used to be strong. Look about you. You used to lead, and now you follow, ignorant of your faults and ignorant of your fate. That it has come to this. Woe to the world that it has come to this. He won't believe me, the fiend. But they have come, as I prayed they would. Could they...
Don't you look fine with a strapping warrior at your side? Or is it mages you prefer? An eagle-eyed ranger? A stealthy pickpocket? Take your pick of my swords for hire. Of course, Chief. But maybe you ought to get rid of some of your old ones first. Never does well to sour one batch in sight of the other.
Daemonium. I'll find you yet. Do you now? Yours is this mistake to make, Hunter, and yours is the opportunity to set it right. Until then, I shall reside at the end of time among imps.
Back again, and not a moment too soon. Wait till you see the fine souls who've joined my ranks, or yours for the right price. I thought you'd never ask. Hear that, Swords? Line 'em up!
Daemonium. I'll find you yet. Only fools believe. Wise creatures know. Yeah.
or the finality of tick-tocking time.
Good to see you on the shelter plane. A home away from home, is it not? Most certainly. Ah, yes, the Hall of Heroes. Once upon a time, great feasts were held there in honor of heroes graced by the gods themselves. In that room, mortals and immortals dined side by side. I can't think of a better place to gather new heroes, should you come across such rarities, so that when needed, they can serve you in your quest against the void. Like you, she is a mystery. But she seems to know you, doesn't she? Perhaps you'll meet her again and we'll learn more about her and about you. Like the imp said to the ballista operator, shoot!
How welcome you are upon this realm, our most honored guest. I hope you begin to find this place more familiar than it may yet seem. In the ethereal threads of eternity, do I record the drift of continents through changing seas, the rise and fall of empires, the shift of every grain of except, it seems, you. Threads I weave and tales I see, all will I tell. She is one whose history is shrouded in darkness. She is more than a woman, though less than a goddess. She knows you. You have wronged her. She is part of the end, though she longs to be part of endlessness. The threads tell me that once, oh, how many eons lie hidden in so small a word. Once, you strode across that hall in shining armor, a sovereign to all who beheld your might. I can clearly read that armies you have led, demons and dragons you have conquered, that you have ascended. But how can this be now that you stand before me a human? Immortal. How far has your soul fled from the being it used to be? New threads, more threads we need.
I have the last chest, the last chest, the last chest!
The Lady of Time!
Plenty of fish in the sea, but I've got the foulest of the lot on my left.
cheese, tomatoes.
Fresh haddock. Perfect for a fry-up.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
On the move, cheese. It gives us more holes than the size of the spine woman.
Toe of snake, wing of worm, brew and spice and stir and churn.
Pay the big cheese on your blood for the wheel of the good stuff.
Don't talk to me. You're making me lose the focus.
Aaron has as many breasts as the man.
Can't you see I'm busy modeling? Obviously, someone's plumage isn't magnificent enough to inspire genius. All those naysayers in the past, see what I've become. Hundreds of years from now, people will wonder, who is that cock? It must have been a grand cock, so inspired.
Toe of snake, wing of worm, brew and spice. Ah, gracious patron, I see your third eye's looking a bit teary. I've just the potion for that. Or would you prefer a toasty fire spell to dry those vapours?
Knife for potatoes.
Sauce hunters, eh? All right, proper, we're fine to get in hand. Things is chaos. If you've got a favourite sheep, best to fry her up now before she gets thieved in the night like me dear plump Ogget, the finest in me herd. Now that the herd's gone, old Birch is just scratching by like a hen till the next batch of beasties comes through. I recently sold most of the tender loves to a trader heading north. Plenty of business that way these days. Those miners must be preparing for a mighty great feast. Wish I could have a nibble on my dear darlings, all ground and spiced. That louse! Did he even bother grilling a single luscious chop? I bet he wasted every last morsel. Let him rot for all I care.
This is intolerable. The momentum of time is slipping through our hands, and you fritter it away on conversations about decomposing mutton. Focus, Source Hunter, focus!
Livestock's got twice the sense and thrice the soul of the average human, I say. Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Join the Spud Club if you've got an eye for farm potatoes.
Bleeding waste standing here without so much as a piglet in the pen.
Those dark-robed nuts really ruffle my feathers, sneaking around.
Assure me, the hunter returns. I hope you are here to shop rather than sleuth. Listen, if you're going to accuse me of something, you had better find the evidence to back up your ridiculous claims. Starstone? I've never heard of such a thing. Dear Jake had a... Do you mean to imply he collected something dangerous? Something that may have gotten him into trouble?
Heavenly Harry, delicious dogfish, yours for a scrap dog.
Never saw you in the king crab before. You're welcome to scratch me behind the ears if you like. I won't scratch back. I am Unsinkable Sam. At least that's what they call me around here. Used to be a ship's cat, but the clipper I was on sank, and I was the only one to wrestle himself free from the waves. The people here were kind and took me in. Been the king crab's foremost patron ever since. A magnificent ship she was. Used to belong to a pirate, I was told. Unlike me, she didn't prove to be unsinkable, though. We hit the cliffs right neath the lighthouse. Not very apt a name for that building, I must say, for no light was shining from it. Hunter's Edge. The moment I hit the water, I writhed around like I would on a hot tin roof. By some miracle, I managed to reach the beach, covered in kelp and smelling worse than a fish's funeral parlor. But I was alive, and that was more than anybody else could say. So I was. What friends I had. They drowned alongside the rats I used to hunt in the galley. And there I was, all alone. Not that I have it bad here, mind you. I've milk and fish aplenty. Most folks will pet me kindly, and when one of the village girls holds me tight against her ample bosom, I purr up a storm. But I do long for a companion of my own kind, and in that regard, there is no one like Maxine. Maxine, the mayor's darling pet. So gentle, so fair a feline. The grace of her whiskers, the subtle palette of dyes in her sable coat. She's one of a kind, that cat. She likes me. I know she does. But when I declare my love, she backs away. I don't know why. I have serenaded her and braved many a bucket of water for my efforts. But for some reason, she is not to be swayed. By all means.
Sort of concerns myself with such things.
People make a fuss about them because they endanger the lands around the city. They never bother me when I'm out for my monthly walk, though. But still, I do detest them. I mean, they're so unnatural, aren't they? Cats can have 9 lives, but humans are only entitled to 1. Oh, don't mention orcs to me. Worse than dogs, that lot. Sank Walrus Willie's boat right from under him. Best anchovy fisher in the world he was. A loss to us all.
Alistair, have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard
Man control vibrations, I'm sure.
Don't be seduced. Providing you can afford it.
I'll be happy to supply you with all the gear you'll need while swinging swords alongside the Fabulous Five. Tell me, Alistair, have you ever had the fortune of challenging...
Liberté, equality, and brotherhood for all will turn the...
They say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could even fathom, old friend. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Fresh haddock! Perfect for a fry-up!
Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies, size fields ever.
Oh, hello, love. Nice day for a little...
The excuse is more home than a slice of this time.
That thief is free for now, but I wonder how long it'll be until his growling belly seduces him back onto the crooked path. Thank you for making that would-be thief see reason. I only hope your instruction lasts. The last thing the plagued people of Sicil need is a thief among them.
Join
I can't even smell the sea air over this rock. Plenty of fish in the sea, but I've got the foulest of the lot on my rats.
Still thinking about exploring the beach? You're free to. You don't look like you're quite ready to head out into the wilds to me. You may have the right number of champions in your party, yet in experience, I think you're lacking. Of course, the choice is yours, but are you sure you want to venture out? I certainly hope you know what you're doing, Source Hunter. Right, open her up, Legionnaires.
Unbelievable! You watched your brethren be slaughtered while you twiddled your thumbs?
We were protecting the rear.
Hail, Source Hunter! Why, I don't think I could ask for a more welcome sight on these cursed beaches. The Legion welcomes you. Beats me what traitorous madness came over that dog. A man among orcs? It'd be like one of your kind running with a sorcerer. Whatever the cur's incentive to raise swords alongside that murderous lot, let's all hope it was a private grudge. Can you imagine if we had to add a slew of wild-eyed, orc-loving bedlamites to our list of enemies in Sicile? I'm not so different from any other soldier you'll meet around these parts. We've all lost more comrades here in Sicile than most do in an entire military career. Bloody orcs are at it again! Beats me what on earth they want in Sicile. This is their second attack within as many weeks. And their second defeat. That rat-faced shaman of theirs even went to the trouble of launching a fireball at a ship in the harbour to the west of here. It's hard to say. That ship needs attention, and fast, or she's as good as sunk. Got any special Source Hunter tricks to make a blue sky turn to a rain cloud?
Unbelievable!
You watched your brethren be slaughtered while you twiddled your thumbs? Oh, come on. Don't be cross. Have a sip. Why don't you?
Look! A wanderer comes my way, walking the sands upon which this poor shell must suffer. Call me Ishmael, son of the sea, an outcast upon these wretched shores. An exiled shell, doomed to live under a canopy of arid sky, not his native, tender water. Of course I can talk, don't be silly. There's more tongue to me than heart. Indeed, the surprise should be mine, for I still remember the days when your kind swung from branches and plucked the vermin out of their neighbor's fur. Time is an indulgent mistress to one who spends happy hours as she passes. But when your existence is one of misery, she becomes a lethargic harpy. Oh, I remember ancient times, for I have lain here since antiquity, when the ruins around us were palaces, and the sun-bleached dead merry children. All this I have seen, alive, alone, alas. My fate is a cruel one, I assure you. How many snot-noses have held me up against their dirty little ears, only to claim they can hear the ocean? Of course they can hear her, the brats. We are on the very edge of the great aquatic mother, whose embrace I so desperately long for. Yes, yes, I, King of Pearls, ache to repose anew on his coral throne. Hurl me toward the water, swing me as far as your arm's strength gives release, and treasure long sunk I will grant thee. What do you say, kind knight? Will you return the King of Pearls to the sea, so he may yield you long lost treasure?
Kindness is its own reward, and then there's the promise of treasure to boot. Let's throw him into the sea.
Agreed. Let's send him home.
liberator, kind benefactor, bless me the might of your sea-bound pitch. The sea, I have returned, where every wave feels like a mermaid's kiss. May the bounty of the deep be yours, along with my eternal gratitude.
I need a moment to reflect. I've grown increasingly selfless, but I wonder if I've gone too far.
Your generosity honors our esteemed order. Steady, boys, steady. We'll be leaving as soon as we're packed up.
I said myself, if I don't start early...
Where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away?
Ah.
I could do with a cold. I'm stuck fast. Fate is an ice cold mistress.
I'm overheating here. You don't think it's infected, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
Any real damage? Are you joking? I've been mauled. I'll be disfigured for life.
Come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all that.
The face furious. She bit me in the face.
Look on the bright
hello
side.
there.
Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
Ugly'll be the least of it. The beast looks rabid.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
Face! To the barracks! March! Recruits! That was sloppier than that. Have some pity.
Salutations! You don't look like you're quite ready to head out into the undead-infested wilds to me. You may have the right number of champions in your party, yet in experience I think you are most probably lacking. Of course, the choice is yours, but are you sure you want to venture out? I sincerely hope you know what you're doing, Hunter. Right!
You smell like a hero. The hero I've been waiting for. A hero. A hero. I've got a bone to pick. Well, I've got no bones to pick, you see? And that's the problem. My friend and I collected a quite big pile of edibles from these shambling undead. A smorgasbord on feet, I say. But a band of wild wolves chased us off of it. If you follow me, I'll lead you straight to him. I bet a hero like you could shake him off in a matter of minutes. I'll lead the way, hero.
I sense a menace in the air here. Let us watch our steps. Bitter poison! Careful now, that's a trap. Poison consumes me! Without aid, I will expire soon.
I'll lead the way, hero.
good as a new penny.
for victory!
toasty!
Here lies Madame M. Montgomery. Mourn her. Here lies Madame M. Montgomery. Mourn her. Here lies Cat Jones. Curiosity killed her, after all. Here lies Lady Charon, whose steaming pies tempted all. Here lies Rocco. This is the last hole he filled. Here lies Will Loundy. It's Loundy, not laundry, dang it. Here lies Emmy, Spider Slayer. Here lies Nazik, who also thinks your name is weird. Here lies Dodson, the finest dancer of them all. Here lies Lord Goldman, who lost his head to a literal-minded bridge troll. Here lies Schrodix. We're not actually sure he's dead. Sir Jovel got here with the help of a shovel. Here lies Anne, the finest lady in the lowlands. Here lies Madame Fawcett, dog person. Lady Cordelia Grain, whose hats were nearly too fancy. Here lies Fluffy, gone to the great litter box in the sky. Mummy loves you, Schnookums. Final resting place of Lord Joshua Cheapskate Andrimo, who should have paid the stone carver. Here lies Raskadrixes, born a lowly goblin, died the 72nd mayor of Sicily.
Bitter poison.
Here lies Lord Walden, who requests that any speaking ill of him box their own ears. Here lies Baron von Thornlair, the finest poet in Rivellon. Here lies Nosgoroth, scourge of the Fifth Sea. Here lies Sinwil, who was allergic to vowels. Here lies Lady Bravey, a forgetful mum who had 2 babies, maybe. Here lies Sir Oops, whose mother loved him dearly, eventually. Here lies Jorrit, a burden on us all.
Strange indeed.
This ghostly form is the finest blessing we could hope for. The sights, the sounds, the chaos! Ah, who'd give all this up for oblivion?
Strange
Who wants to be judged by a panel of stony-faced gods?
Go on then, Eb.
We
Speak
are
your
our own
piece.
judges.
Go on then, Eb. Speak
This
your
ghostly
piece.
form is the finest blessing we could hope for.
Strange indeed. There's something to it, isn't
This
there?
ghostly form
Here lies Onomatopoeia. Whoosh, bound splat, and she was gone.
Who'd give all this up for oblivion?
Marry in haste, repenting at leisure.
Who wants to be judged by a panel?
Here lies Thas the Grumble Goblin. Grumble, grumble.
This ghostly form. The sights, the sounds, the chaos! Ah, who'd give all this up for oblivion?
Go on then.
I'm almost certain I saw Ebenezer's old cat in the King Crab Inn. But that's impossible, isn't it?
Our own judges. This ghostly form is the finest blessing we could hope for.
Here lies Cedoreth. She herself made sure her coffin was
Who'd give all
secured.
this up for oblivion?
Strange.
There's something to it, isn't there?
Strange indeed.
Who wants to be judged by a panel of stony-faced gods? In Rivellon, we are our own judges.
Strange.
This ghostly form is the
indeed.
finest blessing we could hope for. The sights, the
Strange.
sounds, the chaos!
Strange
Ah,
indeed.
who'd give all this up for oblivion?
Go on then, Eb.
What a character that Ebenezer is. Preaches more passionately than a priest, only he speaks against the heavens rather than for them. Quite curious. But I've grown fond of him and his eccentricities. I am but a restless ghost, longing for eternal ease. A virtuous life I led, and I long to go to the Hall of Echoes. For some reason, he insists he doesn't want to go to the Hall of Echoes, to the afterlife. He claims we weren't cursed, but blessed to roam Rivellon forever. Most of us feel sorry for the poor fellow. Yes, the realm of the dead. If not for this curse, we'd have been there for more than a decade by now.
To it, isn't there?
Come to listen to Ebenezer expound upon the virtues of fine wine and free love. They don't elucidate, but they certainly do entertain. I tend to avoid thinking of the life I used to lead. The life of a traveller, a sailor, a free spirit. Those memories would break my heart, if a heart I still had. For some reason, he insists he doesn't want to go to the Hall of Echoes, to the afterlife. He claims we weren't...
Rivellon, we are our own
Strange.
judges.
Strange.
This
Your
ghostly
lines
form is the
repeatedly.
finest blessing we could
R.I.P.
hope for.
in peace.
The sights, the sounds, the
Your life
chaos.
revenge.
Who'd give all
Strange
this up for
indeed.
oblivion?
Here lies Valius the Mute, whose death
Who wants to be
was
judged by a
unheard of.
panel of stony-faced gods? In Rivellon, we are our own judges.
Here lies
Go on then,
This
Ed.
ghostly
Speak
form is the
Cease
finest
with a
blessing
life
we
of
could hope
terrible,
for.
terrible choices.
The
on then,
sights,
Just
the
for fun.
sounds, the
Speak at peace.
chaos. Who'd give all this up for oblivion?
There's something to it, isn't there?
Who wants to be judged by a
There's something-
mortal? Aha! Well, surely I don't have to tell you how much better a life or death here in Rivellon is compared to a dreadful eternity in the Hall of Echoes. Beats me. We're hardly the only Sicilians lost at sea, but there's some strange magic afoot of late. The dead can't seem to stay that way. We were all aboard a ship headed from Arata to fair Sicile, but upon our return, the lighthouse failed to shine its light. We were lost upon the rocks and flung far and wide upon the tempestuous waves. The name's Ebenezer. Pleased to make your acquaintance. You've probably been meeting some sad souls around here, but I sure as hell ain't one of them. In life, my interests were soft weathers, southern vintages, sun-ripened afternoons, and ample-fleshed companions. Each sense was a source of new and familiar pleasures, and I luxuriated in them all. As a ghost, I admit that many of those pleasures evade me, but Rivellon still smacks of life more than the Hall of Echoes could. Though half the fun of fun is sharing your exploits with an eager ear, you know? Oh, what I'd give to find my little buddy again. The best listener I ever had the pleasure of regaling. The final resting place for those deemed worthy of paradise. Paradise after life? Ha! Look around. Paradise is opening your eyes. Or in my case, gazing through the ectoplasm and seeing the wide, wild world around you. Can you imagine anything worse than being stuffed up into oblivion with the rest of the dead? Give me tragedy, chaos, beauty, and delight. My companions would do well to stop pining and start enjoying, no? The ship that sunk and turned us all into phantoms? She was home to a sweet old tomcat, Oscar by name, who'd curl up cozy as can be on my pillow. We shared many stormy nights while I scratched his little chin and whispered stories of my youthful exploits. But I reckon cats don't stay on as ghosts after they pass, because the little furball is nowhere to be seen. That, or the lucky bastard managed to survive the wreck. He was a scrappy old fellow after all. Who wants to be judged by a panel of stony-faced gods? In Rivellon, we are our own judges. This ghostly form is the finest blessing we can hope for.
There's something to it, isn't there?
The sights, the sounds, the chaos. Who'd give all this up for oblivion?
There's something to it, isn't there?
Aha! I have company, I see. And it's such a delightfully opportune moment, too. I'm just about to conduct a small experiment, and if you have an interest in magic and science, you'll oblige me by taking part in it, will you not? I've laced this area with more than a few pernicious little friends who are simply bursting with the anticipation of supper. But they simply abhor uncooked meat, so you may find he'll want to char you before ripping out your throats. Now your job is to put up a mite of resistance against your inevitable death. Sounds good, yes? Right then, on your mark, get set, go!
To be judged by a panel of stony-faced gods. In Rimelon, we are our own judges. This ghostly form is the finest blessing we could hope for.
Go on, then.
The sight is immortal. Aha, well, surely I don't have to tell you. Beats me. We were all aboard a ship. The name's Ebenezer. In life, as it goes, though half the fun of fun, the final... Can you imagine? The ship that sunk and turned... But I reckon cats don't stay on as ghosts after they pass. 'Cause... Who wants to be judged by a panel of stony-faced gods?
Strange.
In Rimelon, we are our own judges.
I have company, I see. And it's such a delight. I'm just out of laces, and now your job. Right then.
This ghostly form is the finest blessing we could hope for. The sights, the sounds, the chaos! Ah, who'd give all this up for
Go on, then,
Come on, then, Ed. Speak your piece.
Plenty of fish in the sea, but I've got the foulest of the lot on my racks. I can't even smell the sea air over this rot.
Good to have you back, Source Hunter. A sight for sore
You don't think
eyes
it's
indeed.
infected, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
Any real damage? Are you joking? I've been mauled. I'll be disfigured for life.
Ah, come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all that.
The face, Furious! She bit me in the face!
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
Ugly'll be the least of it. The beast looks rabid.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
I wish for you to...
Run away?